Welcome to the Digital Thought Leader Podcast. We help coaches, professional speakers, authors, and thought leaders elevate their online presence so that they can attract their ideal client. We give you the resources, tips, motivations, and success stories to help you step out of your comfort zone and share your God-given talents with the world. I'm your host, Kimberly Inez Mays. Now let's get it started. Hi there. Welcome to another episode of the Digital Thought Leader Podcast. I'm excited for today's episode because I get to talk to Kate Emerald all the way from Seoul, South Korea. So, Kate Emerald from South Korea is a healer, storyteller, and astrologer. She is the founder of Life of Emerald, an online studio scaling global impact via spreading ancient knowledge, spirituality, and cultures. She is spearheading a global healing movement 2020, an advocate of shedding stigma on mental health. Her education background includes psychology, international pedagogy, business, urban planning, philosophy, astrology, and divination. She loves studying, walking in nature, playing with dogs, and teaching while traveling the world. A humanitarian at heart, she aims to liberate people by living an example based on love, authenticity, truth, and spiritual practices. With 14 years of teaching career, she has taught STEM college graduates sponsored by the South Korean government. Her ancestors are kings of South Korea of the Joseon dynasty and the scholars of the Nobel class in Shilla dynasty. She consults corporate executives and politicians to make mindful decisions so we can change the world powerfully.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining us because I love talking to different business owners about what they're doing in their businesses, especially online, especially now that a lot of us have taken our businesses online, and so that we can reach more people from where we currently are. So, what is interesting about what you do is you do three different things. You do astrology sessions, you do shadow work consultation, and you do self-care strategy consultation. So you do a lot for people, and I think what everybody would like to know is, what is your main business and what types of clients do you serve?
Hmm. Yeah, thanks for asking. So the three services I offer, they differ slightly. So I will mention number one, the astrology consultation. I take in clients who are looking to break through the patterns that they have been wanting to break through, but not enough clarity. So I provide clarity to my clients. And ideally, I like to work with corporate executives and politicians for this service so that the impact that uh, we can make together for the many global citizens um, is powerful. So that's the service I'm offering to the for the corporate executives and politicians. Yeah. And then second offering is called shadow work consultation. And this is based on Carl Jung's theory that everybody has a personality that is hidden underneath, that once we look within, then we are able to become stronger and more powerful in who we are in authenticity, and therefore also the pattern we can break, the pattern break from clarity. So I help my clients walk through the journey, darkness, if you will, the tunnel, in order to liberate themselves from, again, suffering. And then the third thing I'm offering is self-care strategy. So anybody out there who is going through depression or anxiety or bipolar, anything like that, and they feel quite stuck in their own mind, I'm here. I can definitely help. I've gone through all of them.
Yeah. And yeah, and it's so amazing that you can offer all of these different services, but they really lead into like one result, really just the betterment of the person. And I wanted to ask, like, how do you deliver the service, especially with the shadow work and the astrology? I know that you said that you work with politicians and executives. So what does that look like?
Hmm. So at the current moment, since we are at home, I meet my clients one-on-one on Zoom. But before meeting my clients, I get their birth information, birth location, and time of birth, and I do research before we meet. I understand what the map, the soul map, this person incarnated with, and in order to understand their inquiry for me for their life, and when we meet on Zoom one-on-one, I do a 30-minute session, 60-minute session, or 6 sessions of 45 minutes as in package. And I help them understand um, the resonance of life path and some complexities. I'm able to pinpoint it by looking at the astrology chart and help them see that they can definitely choose a better path. So people are able to choose a better path if they have clarity. So that's what I do. That's how I help them with astrology.
Nice. So yeah, I didn't realize like so much work goes into it. You know, when we think of just astrology, we think of I think of just, cards or, just on the spot, but it seems like there's just a lot that goes into just finding out about that person and helping them get the clarity. So, after they get clarity from what you do, what are they able to do with that after that session? What have been some of the results that you've been able to provide?
Hmm. Yeah, thanks for asking me that question. I've received profoundly graceful reviews from my Stanford colleagues, and one of them is, she said that it was extremely illuminating to have talk with me, and she as someone who is always on the journey to deepen her self awareness and identify areas for growth. She felt like she gained in 1 hour what otherwise could have taken a year of digging in with coaching and consultation relationship. Instead, with me, I was able to balance her feedback with kindness and curiosity, providing both encouragement and pinpointing challenges. I highly recommend a session with Kate, anyone who is committed to bringing the breath of the gifts to the world and remove any obstacles that might be in the way.
Yeah, and I'm gonna definitely link to the show notes so you can book some time with Kate just to get in on some of those sessions as well. And it's funny you say that it's all on Zoom because right now we're talking on Zoom, so it seems like the technology has just allowed us to reach more people. So, what's do you only work with people in South Korea, or do you work with people around the world?
Hmm. I'm open to working with anybody in the world globally. I'm a global citizen, and I have clients from Stanford Graduate School of Business at the moment, and I'm willing to expand my service outside of that network. So yeah, anyone. Yeah, who's ready? Yeah, who's ready?
Yeah. And I encourage everyone to at least try something new at least once. So if you're not used to shadow work, astrology, you can definitely talk to Kate to kind of figure out which of her services work best for you. And on the self-care piece too, you said that you help people like overcome depression and overcome like challenges. So what are some of the self-care things that you work with your clients?
Oh, mm, so one is depression. If you're feeling depression, I can help you. If you're feeling anxiety, I can help you. If you are going through bipolar, I can help you. To me, depression is the body telling you to slow down because you've been pushing and pushing because of the societal script, and our body needs a break. And sometimes our mind thinks we don't need a break. Yeah. And so depression for me is a way for us to decolonize our mind and body coming into ourselves. However, depression is not easy to handle if you don't have support around you, because you're sort of in a cave trying to get out, but you can't. So I am here. I can help you. And with that, I give people practical tools that they can self-regulate and self-help. So I am that coach who teaches you how to fish. Yeah. And the anxiety part, I also give practical tools, help them feel heard and understood, and show them that anxiety is a symptom, not who you are. It's something that you're going through. So I can help you untangle the identity you're holding on to as an anxiety person, let's say, to really who you are, just going through anxiety. I can differentiate that and offer lots of practical tools and give them the tools to fish themselves. And bipolar, I have a special understanding of bipolar because I've gone through it and I've healed it. And the worldview of shamanism has that bipolar is a sign that this person has a spiritual gift, and not limited to this explanation. However, with shamanism, we can regulate bipolar by community support in ancient times, helping with the body. Also, qigong helps, tai chi helps. All these things that I've gained over the years to heal myself, I can offer people insight, and spiritual insights too.
Awesome. So when you talk about all this stuff, how do you educate your clients on the benefits of all of the things that you've talked about with regulating self-care, and that it's tied to the body and all of the emotions that go with it? What are some of the ways that you actually teach people and attract them into your business?
Yeah, just recently I created a 20-day self-care strategy challenges. And so I went on Facebook Live every day for the 21 days, and I recorded one challenge each day. And I have all that in my YouTube channel. And also right now I'm on Facebook for 7 days straight, which is recording, will be put on YouTube channel for resources. At the moment, I am debunking 7 cardinal sins, such as gluttony, envy, all that. I'm debunking from the Christian's perspective of, this is a sin, you're not worthy of person because you feel glut or you envy or something. But I help my clients learn that the opposite of envy is kindness, wishing myself the goodness, wishing others the goodness, because everybody is uniquely different in that everyone is equal in that sense. So by seeing what you envy from outside is a call for you to cultivate that within you, because that's what you've been wanting. So I do that on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely link to it, because I've never heard it put that way. Like, we hear the 7 deadly sins, but we don't hear the other side. Like, okay, if I am going to now recognize that I have pride, I think pride was one of them, right? Pride is like the biggest one. There's a flip side to that one too. So yeah, I'll definitely link to that. Because are you still doing the challenge, or is it something anybody could join at any time?
You mean the 21-day self-care challenge?
Yeah. Are any of your challenges currently running or evergreen where people can access it?
Yeah, absolutely. People can access it on YouTube. And I think time is nonlinear. So I could record that last month, but people can use it for the rest of their life. And so in 21 days, you can pick and choose what one works best for you. I keep cultivating with a habit.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I love the fact that we can create content and our content can just exist, evergreen to serve other people. So a lot of times we create and, we only put it out one time and then people can only access it once. I love that you have it for people to listen to again and again. And that time is nonlinear, especially when, you have your stuff online, they can go at their own pace too, which is wonderful. Yeah. So Kate, how did you get started in your business?
Oh, wow, big question here. Thank you, Kimberly. My life has been a grand adventure, especially the past 10 years. And one way of looking at the last decade is a apprenticeship as a healer. And within that 10 years um, time period, I've gone through, it just hell and heaven, like up and down, and so many life incidents happened, which I'm grateful because it taught me resilience and wisdom and these, tools that are critical for my well-being, which now I can serve the other people. And in 2016, I did a program at Stanford Graduate School of Business, learning about corporate innovation. And within that time frame, I did a lot of shadow work myself because I was healing myself as well. And now it's 2020. Um, Life of Emerald is the memory and the sacrifices that I feel like I've endured in order to create this business, almost like a soul mission, like soul purpose. I'm so passionate about it. I feel really good about what I'm offering and how I'm helping people. I've been a teacher for 14 years, and teaching will never leave my skin. Yeah. So that's how it came about, Life of Emerald.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And, I think for a lot of us, yeah, our business is kind of like something we birthed and created, and it's like our sole mission too, especially. So we've been doing other things for so long, and it's like we have this aha moment. So, and that's really why I started this podcast too, is just to give other people a platform to tell their stories and to inspire others. Because I think a lot of us have a business or something inside of us that needs to come out. And, I think that this is a wonderful time to do it, even though, the situation is not wonderful. Of course, it's horrible, like, the pandemic, but it's also time to sit and create and think about the stuff you want to do. So, yeah, you know, that's fascinating too. And like, what are some of the things that you've done to really make Life of Emerald successful? Hmm.
Mm-hmm. First, I built the a website on Squarespace. Another thing, I reached out to my Stanford colleague, and I was able to get clients that way, that avenue. Another successful thing is creating the videos about the 7 deadly sins and 21 self-care strategy. I enjoy making them. Another successful thing is cultivating and refining my story in terms of why Life of Emerald has been impactful in knowing what exactly and who exactly, how exactly, why exactly I'm serving the world. And yeah, making friends along the way, and talking to people who are on their own journey as well, on our studio, like what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I invite my guest thought leaders in business, education, psychology, medicine, and divination, and we chit
Mm-hmm.
chat about how to help the world gain a better better momentum to become a positive world.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I think just the power of relationship building cannot be stressed enough. Just about getting to know people and to getting to really just the network and the connections. Just like you said, somebody was able to bring you clients through that relationship, and you know, if, now that we can't be person, face to face in person, even online, we can still build these relationships as well. Have you seen the same as well?
Absolutely. You know, I sometimes I really enjoy being online.
Mm-hmm.
It's progressive, and I can just wake up 20 minutes before and make up. I mean, change. I mean, do my hair and then show up
Mm-hmm.
and like a business, right?
Yeah.
And that cuts a lot of commute time and a lot of I say nonsense. so I mean, looking at you and looking with you and talking with you, I'm able to build the same relationship as if we're in person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, give but the benefit of in-person dialogue is that there is more intimacy in terms of energy and all that. For now, it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and I love that you said that you like making videos too, because a lot of people don't like making videos. And, it's one of those things I think if you're going to grow an online business, that it's important to at least try it a couple of times. And, I think for me, I got better at making videos along my years. My first video was terrible. And then I just got more comfortable speaking. So I think if you enjoy it, that's actually a big plus as well.
Yeah, I think my first video was terrible.
Yeah,
we gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely too. Because I think a lot of us we look at other people's stuff and like, oh well, she looks great, and she's got all this light and she's got all this fancy stuff. It takes a while. It really really does. But I love that you say that you got to start somewhere, definitely. And what are some of the things you wish you would have known when you started out?
Yeah, that building business takes time.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
And I wish I knew that people are so willing to help all over the world. You have to knock on their door, and rejection's okay, because that means that person is not right for you in your path, and that's actually helping you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are things that I remind myself.
Yeah. And especially about the help too. Sometimes people think that, oh well, if I ask this person for help, they're gonna be too busy, they don't want to do it. And I find that it's the opposite. When you ask people for help, it's like a compliment to them. They're really happy to do it. Even if it's, for mentorship or for free or something like that. It never hurts to ask. Yeah. Awesome. So, I'm definitely going to link everything that you have in description going on, with your how people can get on those consultations with you, how they can watch your YouTube videos, and hopefully it'll turn into a long-term relationship, because we really need somebody to kind of hold our hand, make sure that we're okay. And clarity is just so important. I think we can just never get enough clarity too. And for you to provide 3 different paths to clarity is fantastic. And before we wrap up, I just wanted to ask you just a few questions. I like to do this to everybody, just kind of off the cuff. Is what is your favorite business or personal development book? Do you have a favorite book?
I don't have a favorite book. I do like Oprah Winfrey.
Mm-hmm.
She's a business tycoon.
Yeah.
I also love Brandon Burchard.
Mm-hmm.
He's very positive. And Simon Sinek, he's such a visionary.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. Yeah. Great figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are great people too. Great people to look up to, because even though they're so big now, when you read their stories, especially Oprah, the way she grew up and where she started from was like you would have never thought. So that's always a source of inspiration to me. And what are some of your favorite resources that you use in your business? I know you said you built on Squarespace, but are you using anything else to help you with your business?
I am I'm all over the social media. I use Instagram, I use Facebook page, and currently building Patreon and Teachable. Also, I am on LinkedIn to scale out to business clients. Also, I'm using, what am I using? There's one thing. I am using, it's slipping my mind. Twitter, and there's another one. I forgot. It will come to me. But yeah, I try to get out there as much as possible, because my vision is to raise 10% of human consciousness, so that there is a domino effect for the rest of humanity to embrace self-love and self-care, and everyone's happy. That's what I envision.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being on the show. It was really a pleasure talking with you about what it is that you do, and the types of people that you help too, because everybody is a leader in their own right, and they use their own gifts in a way that is different and unique to to each of us. So it has been a pleasure speaking with you, and I will definitely link everything so people can find you, and I'll link some of your resources as well. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Digital Thought Leader Podcast. My name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and if you love this episode, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe, and also listen back to older episodes of the Digital Thought Leader Podcast. We do release a new episode every 2 weeks, so check back in for that. If you would like more information on being a guest, working with Foolishly Creative to help you with your web design, marketing, and/or systems, visit us at foolishlycreative.com. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.